Good afternoon, Yogi Clan. Welcome back to Yogi's Cycle Service. I got one thing I want to talk about this afternoon. It was brought to my attention about 2 or 3 days ago. It was a link to a Facebook page called Jaybird's Custom Cycles, which after doing a little exploration, I found out is out of Salisbury, North Carolina, just a little north of us. So here's a plug, Jaybird. I'm plugging you. But they had a item for sale on their website. It's called a lifetime oil filter. And I was like, lifetime oil filter. Let me dig into this and see what that's all about, because I never thought of an oil filter as a lifetime oil filter, and I thought this was fairly new technology. But after doing a little research, I see people going back to 2011 talking about lifetime oil filters. Apparently it's pretty big in the racing industry, like NASCAR, Indy, Formula One. So it's not really a new technology, but it's new to me technology, maybe new to you technology too. So their web page, their Facebook page, said it's made from laser cut, medical grade 304 stainless steel micronic filter cloth. Filter catches items down to 35 microns, which is about three times, I think it really should be more, more than paper filters. Flows about 30% better than a paper filter. When you complete your oil change, simply pull this filter out and clean with brake cleaner, blow dry, and reinstall. Comes in polished aluminum or gloss black. Get yours on your next oil change. And I'll go ahead and put some overlays on this video so you can see their page and what this looks like. I thought it was kind of a cool idea, so I wanted to do a little research of it. Basically, it comes with like an outer case, and then there's a spring on the inside, and the filter that goes in, and that filter will go in, and it'll turn a third of a turn, and then lock in place in that case. It also has a magnet on it for any heavy particles, to catch the heavy particles in there before they hit the filter. And most YouTube videos I saw, or pages that I saw, you just clean it with brake filter or brake fluid, and after you're done cleaning it with brake fluid, they said give it a soapy bath. And after you're done giving a soapy bath, just blow it out with some compressed air from the air compressor, and it's ready to go. Go right back in your engine. So I'm doing a little digging, try to find out more about it. I looked, Jaybird Custom Cycles offers theirs for $129.99. Went and looked, found some other places that sell them. This one here is sold by a company called Cycle Solutions, and one of the reviews was off a guy who was talking about his 2008 Fat Boy. It was originally ordered for his Fat Boy, and then he says, I've been running this exact filter on my 2013 FLH TC for over a year now, and it works better than described. Super easy to install, and the instructions are quite clear and understandable. I use brake clean to clean out the filter, which I change oil on my engine every 3,000 miles, and of course clean the filter as directed at every oil change. Chris, who owns Cycle Solutions, is a great guy, offers super fast shipping, very knowledgeable. If you have questions, call him and ask. I trust this filter way more than the spin-on throwaway filters that are out there. A++++ to KMP Engineering and Cycle Solutions. There is a company called Flow that makes a reusable spin-on oil filter black, and if you go to Amazon KMP, the Flow one's also $129. It looked very similar to the one that is sold by Jaybird Custom Cycles. And then KMP Engineering, the S4 machine finished lifetime oil filter for Harley Davidson motorcycles. And I think most of the oil filters on the Harley motorcycles, I believe the Touring and the Softail models, it's the same oil filter, so this will be applicable to both machines. But this one is the exact same kit. This one also is $149 through Amazon, the KMP Engineering filter. The only difference between that one and Jaybird, from looking at it visually, is it comes also with the oil filter wrench, the cap that goes on there. And I can put links to this, and I can overlay the pictures on top of this discussion so you can see what I'm talking about and looking about. But when you think about it, So if it's a lifetime oil filter, so for example, you change your oil every 5,000 miles. This guy said he changed it at 3,000 miles. I'm not sure why he does that if it's synthetic, but let's just say if it's synthetic, you change it every 5,000 miles. So for example, my Fat Boy has 100,000 miles on it. Every 5,000 miles, that would be what, 20 oil changes I've done. If your average filter is $10, if you get a black one, K&N off Amazon for around 10 bucks, then you're thinking you spent $200, it would have paid for itself. On my Ultra, I got 40,000 miles, that'll be 8 oil changes, that would have been $8. And the other benefit is too, is let's say I put it on the Fat Boy, right? And I wound up selling the Fat Boy. I can take that filter off, put a disposable one on there, and move that filter to the next motorcycle I'm using. So I'm really wondering, do any of y'all use the lifetime oil filter? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know what I think about that. Kind of thinking it's worth a try. It's worth a shot. It'd be really sweet if Jaybirds would say, hey man, here's an oil filter. Put it on your bike, do a review, make some YouTube video out of it, and sponsor us on that. What do you think? I think that would be great. And maybe I will reach out to Jaybird and see if they have any interest in that. And they may say, no, that'll be $130, please. Very quite possible, but the thought of a lifetime filter kind of intrigues me, but I wonder, sure, for racing cars, the Formula One, the NASCAR, Indy, NASCAR, Formula One is what they tote that this is used by. I don't know. Maybe fine for their machines, but for a daily driver that I'm riding all the time, I'm putting 100,000 miles, and plus they got money to fix their engine if it doesn't work, right? Let's just face it, I don't have money to rebuild an engine if it doesn't work. But I really don't know much about these filters, so I'm just kind of throwing this out there as food for thought. You know, have you heard of this technology? Are you familiar with the technology? Do you use the technology, or would you use the technology? What are your thoughts? I'm curious as to what you have to say. I just thought it was pretty interesting, the thought of a lifetime filter, and as I think about it, I mean, if it's filtering the way it's supposed to filter, and yeah, you got to think also your cost of the brake cleaner, but brake cleaner is pretty cheap. And then washing it out, soap and water, you got to think maybe about the pain in the butt factor too, right? And the aggravation factor of having to clean it every time. The other thing about it is the case on it is ribbed. So they kind of tote it as not only a oil filter, but also an oil cooler also, because it's got like the outer case has notches in it. So technically you have more surface area than a regular canister on an oil filter. So interesting theory behind that. I don't know how much really cooler it's going to make your oil. I think that's probably more of a marketing gimmick. Maybe it cools it off like, 1 degree or 2 degrees. But is it really enough to really make a difference in a warm temperature? Probably not. Probably not like a true oil cooler would. But food for thought. So I just thought I'd share that and see what your thoughts are. So I hope you're having a great day. Smash that like button, smash that notification button, like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.